Thanks.
We are.
All right, we're back. Checks and balances day. Maybe a little bit of CP5 work, maybe. We'll start with the basket number one. That's the big one.
Fun one, huh?
Looks like some of them are pretty thick, so it may not be quite as many numbers.
Yeah, some of them got quite a bit in it, one clip.
Kind of looks like.
How are you, man?
Good, how are you?
Good morning.
Morning.
Wade.
Bright eyed and bushy tailed.
Did you say
My
right
car
out of
back
Bushy Hill?
Yeah, reach out there too far.
I don't know if I missed something, throw it back at me.
Okay.
No, that was.
I already looked through all the checks, nothing really flew out at me, but I had to go through each and every one of those pieces of paper. Lose your pen? There's a bunch of them over here. He likes blue.
I was trained in law school that it's easier to tell an original signature with blue than it is black.
Yep.
And then they scan it and it's in black anyway, so.
Right.
But you should sign it in blue, right?
Everything I sign is in blue, that's why I know the original.
That's always was my thought, and then,
Some don't subscribe to that, which is fine, some have fancy black pens, but
Mm-hmm.
if I know I sign everything in blue, then I know if I see a black signature, it's not my original signature.
so do you initial?
No, I haven't been. I haven't
Okay.
been initial.
Okay,
I just been signing the front, the big
very good. Okay.
total page, I guess you'd call it.
He's the one kind of all of them.
Yeah, I let you guys get a ways through that stack and then I start signing.
Okay.
One thing I'll mention while you guys are going through, the paperwork is, on Monday when I went through that $806,000, payment request, I meant to ask for a motion, so there's a bookmark for those high dollar, checks, so if somebody wants to come back later and, well, where did that get approved?
Right.
Okay.
Makes sense.
Cause that's a lot of money.
It is.
Yeah, yeah.
And if it's in a motion, then it can be, someone can do a search and easily go back in time and say, okay, that's where that is. And they can see that it was vetted and it was not just rubber stamped, which I think is important. And then knowing that it comes out of, I think, everybody knows it comes out of the jail fund, but that way there's a paper trail.
Oh, that's good.
That was the one. For the school. I held a sign any of these today, but I didn't sign it yesterday, other than one Steve.
Correct. We need to have
So,
three,
do we need to have three signed?
we probably need to have three initials on those, don't we? I didn't think about Don not signing today.
I never
Or
even
you
thought
were
about that
able to
until I
just
saw his
put it-
arm,
Yeah.
I just initial it.
Could you just put a check on it or something, Dawn, or?
Can you sign with your
Yeah.
left hand?
It don't look very good.
It doesn't matter. It's your signature. It's on,
Just thinking, we better have three on them.
Yeah.
I mean, I can sign them. It's no big deal if you don't wanna, I can come back through.
You just scribble anything, Dawn, as your signature
yep.
for the time, I would think.
You've not seen my signature. Literally, a squiggle.
Wingman, wingman.
Yep.
Can't read Wade's writing anyways. Smile here.
So you fit right in.
We're about the same way.
We have to fit in with two arms. You can fit in with one arm.
We're doing the best we can.
Yeah,
do
we
today.
think we can.
Don't get no better.
Bless you.
Bless you.
Must be you. We must be allergic to you this morning.
Heard that before,
You heard that before?
unfortunately.
That just means you're special.
Yep. Just like to make my presence known, I guess.
Mhm.
There's only three on one.
Maybe, I can see if I have any.
Those would you?
I wanna get it up there.
I didn't know if it hurt when you threw up.
I get it up there.
And I went off to the office and forgot. We discussed, Friday at the end about the pool thing. I visited with them again. It's $75 a trip plus mileage. So it's like $60-some dollars and $75 plus chemical, 2 times a month. If there's, for whatever reason, like say SSM comes in and they're renting the place and they have a group that comes in and they all get into the pool, we would have to know, so they'd come over, thank you, and do another check.
Before that was used.
Or after it was used.
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
it'd be good up until a bunch of people got in it,
Okay.
and then you'd have to check again. So it's a little more than what I was saying at the beginning, so.
Yeah.
Still think it's.
I still support it.
I do
think
too.
it's necessary, because if that thing got out of condition,
Takes
you
forever.
look at major
It could cost an arm and a leg to get it back.
I'll continue forward, I'm waiting on the contract,
Okay,
service agreement.
that sounds good.
Morning. I'm not gonna see it clean your glasses. This ain't a lifesaver. Coolest invention ever. Alcohol wedge.
That was with Brad Henson.
Sorry, fresh eye signatures.
Lucky you.
That ink. Ah, I can see.
Sorry.
That is, I missed it.
No, wait,
Oh, that's all.
it was stuck, no, it was stuck to the deal.
That's what, the paper clips out of the,
Yeah, they're really good at doing that, even more
we said
than,
state.
even more than the Staples seems like.
You saw Brad's name, how's he getting along after his operation? After his, what was it, knees?
Brad.
Shedline?
Oh, I seen him walking, what was that, Monday? When I was leaving, he was walking the west, sidewalk over there, and he looked like he was motoring pretty darn good.
Okay, I just saw his name and I was curious how he was getting along. What was it, knee? I think it knee.
I think it's total replacement, I think.
Yeah.
That sounds correct, yeah.
They mentioned something here Monday about closing for a funeral or something. Out there at the lake, did someone pass?
Yes.
I didn't.
Was it with Lyle? Is that right?
I don't know,
I didn't know the name, and I'm,
I didn't know the name, it was,
Yeah. Somebody- Gosh darn it.
apparently he works at the money.
on, I've got a question on Bobby turned in all the miles that he's driven, which I don't have a problem with, but does the county still have a vehicle that, I mean, just briefly, does the county still have a vehicle that we haven't traded in? And if we do,
I don't know.
I think there's two or three out there.
my question is why couldn't Bobby drive a county vehicle? We have a car that,
Yeah, we kept that,
Health
edge or
department?
something, yeah. And I was gonna, it's something I meant to ask about before, if we wanted to put that on Skillman's auction or something, or if we wanted to put it on Big Iron or put it away.
but would it work for a county car for like when Bobby goes somewhere? I mean,
Maybe it's handier for him to have his own vehicle, coming and going at different times of the day, I don't know. But,
Just-
you know, yeah,
If he's got some material in there that's carrying, I would better just leave it in his pickup and
yeah.
don't have to change it. I think it's been discussed with him before, I think. But the response, I don't know.
I think the person maybe had an assigned vehicle, and that was something I brought up here a year and a half ago or so, that, this is Bobby's vehicle, and just, check it out to him all the time, and that way
And then he
he can
has a-
load stuff in it.
And again, I guess it really doesn't make, it's just,
yeah, obviously there's expense involved in running one too, but, yeah, probably less than the allotted amount, yeah.
Less than 57 and a half, I think now, or 58.
What's that, about 58 cents a
60.
month?
What did he put on it?
67.
Oh,
I
67.
meant
Yeah.
67.
Yeah, 67.
If that vehicle's just sitting there, then there's no reason why it couldn't just be assigned to him, and he can
Right.
And maybe,
run the tires off of it.
maybe that's not a good idea, but it's a considerable amount every, and I realize that it's gonna cost the county, but if we've got a vehicle that's
Yeah, we should do that or sell it, one or the other.
just food for thought.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Well, half of that's just, shouldn't say profit, but half of it is, it's not an actual expense. Cause the gas and
Right.
Yeah, get,
what the wear and tear is on it, I'm not gonna say.
yeah, that would amount to a fair portion of it,
Yeah,
but,
it amounts to some.
Cause I think that car that Amelia had was, about 100 and,
just over 100,
104, something like
Yeah,
that.
it wasn't even, 100 was my recollection.
I know he went to Topeka the other day, and went to Kansas City. Morning, Amelia.
Good morning.
but if it were assigned to him, he could use it just like his own
I
car.
was training on.
Four of those store passes.
Oh, yeah,
Right
now
up
you
there.
get to.
Sorry.
Lord.
North of Beetle, I hope they get them things fixed.
Well, that's kind of annoying.
Oh, yes.
Those 5 overpasses or 6, they're working on 4 of them.
Yeah.
I go over and hit old 75 and go north.
Yeah,
That's way better than dealing with those stoplights.
yeah, because it's not really that much out here, much further.
Yeah, a whole lot quicker. A lot prettier country too.
Yeah.
Do you have something for us today, Amelia?
Yes, I do. So this is just the signature page for our Aid to Local grant. You guys typically sign every year. It's just for our 2025 grant application for Aid to Local. So that includes family planning, the immunization action plan, maternal child health, and the public health emergency preparedness and state formula. And I have the outlay on where we're allocating all of that money, if you guys would like to see that as well.
That's a little over $70,000 for it.
That's correct, yeah.
We'd have to have a motion to authorize director chairman to sign grant application signature page, I guess, Wade, is that right?
Yep.
Okay. Motion to authorize director chairman to sign, Health Department, grant application signature page to the State of Kansas Department of Health and Environment. Grant period, July 2024 through June 30th, 2025.
I'll move.
Second that.
Moved by Curry, second by Thompson. Any discussion?
How many hours did that guy before?
A total of $70,338.96.
And it's, you will get that, right?
Yeah, so they will send out a letter probably in about a month or so saying how much they'll allow us for each grant.
Yeah.
But that's just the number that I had applied for based off of what we've been accepted for in the past.
Is that what, they kind of tell you up front that you can apply for that?
I'm sorry, what was that?
Do they kind of give you an idea on what you can apply for?
Yeah, so they have an estimated number for each grant, and it just depends on how many counties apply for the grant, because they get a certain amount towards each one, and it's not all the counties that typically apply for it. We have the chance of getting more. So
Okay.
whenever I apply it,
Yeah, getting more, that's what I was going to.
yeah.
Is it kind of an open grant where you can apply for more and then
Yeah.
possibility of getting more than a 70, sure.
Yeah, so what I did was I put more than what we were allowed for our county,
Okay.
just in case we can get granted the additional funding.
whether you'll get that extra benefit or not, but it's probably always good to apply for more.
Mhm.
And you've probably been doing that.
Yeah, and I know with the family planning one, we have the potential to start receiving more funding. They had some counties, whether I'm not sure if they just received additional funding or if, some counties didn't apply for the grant like they did in the past. So this last year, we actually got an additional $10,000 from that one.
That would put it roughly in the 25,000 range for the whole grant.
Yeah. And they have to be used for like specific items, like this one was to enhance your family planning practice, so we allocated that towards the new exam beds that rise and lower for patient safety.
Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes.
Would you guys like a copy of this, or how does that typically work?
If you keep it, there's a motion that memorializes it.
Okay.
Today's date, fine.
Yep, today's date's fine.
And I can only read so much at night, so, I'm kidding.
There you are, man.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. Enjoy the spring weather we're kind of
Yeah.
trying to have.
Have a happy holiday weekend too.
Have a nice Easter.
Thank you.
This is
Oh, the motion for
just to
the,
memorialize that it was discussed. So this is, what I put on the screen the other day. The 806-037-17, not anything new, not trying to slide something in there, it's something you're already aware of. It was gone through, I think we went through every single page actually. So this is just something I would encourage for every time one of those high dollar requests for payment comes in, after it's been gone over and gone through, like I did the other day, that there's something to go back in the minutes in case someone says, where did that come from? It also identifies what fund it comes out of, the amount, and then the voucher will have, somebody wants to make an open records request, they can come in, make a request, and go through and analyze everything, and
It makes it so much easier if we wanna go back and look at it, it's easy to find, she can just do a search,
so,
pull it right up.
so some have different opinions on motions and minutes, and they want the bare minimum. I think, some places they go overboard. All that's really required by law is to memorialize motions for executive sessions. I mean, that's really the crux. But because this is broadcast live on YouTube, people watch, they want to see, and this way there's a paper trail too. So that if you've done something, you can go back and do a search and find where something came from. So for instance, on the sale of property, the resolution and what property is sold, when and what all A&G has to do is do a search, I think. Well, Casey, all you have to do is go in and do a search and you can find it. And that way you're not reinventing the wheel. You can use, once this is created, you can go back. The next one, all you have to do is change the application number, submission date, and the amount. And it's easy.
So instead of going by memory, we've got a paper trail to go on.
There's a paper trail.
Right.
And you can, to me, that makes the most sense.
Right.
Use the minutes to your advantage. And I do it all the time. I go back and I'm like, I know there was a motion for this, and I go back in time, I find on what day and when that motion was made, and I could come back and say, that's what happened then.
So the motion to reflect the Monday discussion of the jail project. Motion to approve the application and certificate of payment, application number 3, submitted by River City Construction LLC, dated 2/29/24, in the amount of $806,037.17 for the work completed, reference to the Coffee County Law Enforcement Center project. Funds to come from the jail construction project fund 111.
We didn't take action on that Monday.
We did. That's when the explanation was.
We didn't have a motion, that's what he's saying, we need a motion to, because of the large amount of money.
Realize what he's saying, I just thought.
We covered it, and then I think we slid into, what happened is, when that was being discussed, that was prior to the sheriff coming in and prior to River City coming in. They showed up, and then we transitioned into the next,
Yeah.
what was on the agenda at that time. This was actually a roundtable topic, so.
Because that 806 was divided into, like you said, some different categories.
Yep, and I have it right here. I mean, the 806.37 is the total amount, but each one of these is an application for payment by Concrete Unlimited for $270. 40,500, so on and so forth. So I think you just need to have it, the motion that goes with it, and I think it's already been vetted, it's already been taken care of.
I would make that motion. Move.
I'll second.
Moved by Thompson, seconded by McCurry. Any further discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye, motion passes. Now, I just flipped through my checks and I don't have a check in here for that.
Yeah, well, it's approved,
But they submitted it last week.
yeah, we'll figure out where it is. I mean, it's been approved, it's been vetted, so we'll figure out where the check is, so it can get prepared and out to wherever it goes.
Right, yeah, I figured they probably want it paid by the end of the month.
Yep.
So they get their money and, but yeah, I have not seen it in here.
Didn't you take care of that Monday though, Jess?
I don't remember.
I can ask Jessica.
I thought
Yeah,
there
you
was
might
a,
check, see if
Mail
I
was
did, I might have signed a
probably-
special, it might have been a special issue.
and maybe it wasn't, but it seemed like you took,
It
I
could
don't
have been,
recall.
because it was brought up. I brought it up on Monday.
Yeah, it might have been through special issue.
and maybe I'm probably wrong, but it just seemed like that you took care of that.
We need all of us to help everybody remember.
Don't count too much on me.
Yeah, it's spotty. I might shine one of these days.
I need some polish.
Yeah, lots of spotty.
It was a special issue on Monday, and it has already been mailed out.
Okay.
Stop, Steve. No, I thought,
couldn't find it.
no, I thought I thought you had taken care of it, Monday.
I'll check back in here. We got a little while to
Okay.
go before you get things signed.
Okay.
I'll sign at a different time.
We'll just be sitting here slinging ink.
You know, he's talking about blue and black ink. When I was doing all business here to Leroy Co-op, anything that went through CoBank or anything went through Lindbergh Vogel auditing firm, absolutely had to be black ink.
Had to be black ink, I'll be done.
Oh, when you were audited?
All contracts, everything that went.
And that's what I've always been told, is that anything you need to do black ink, but
Then the blue ink makes sense too, so you can tell the copy from the original, because
No, it
for
does.
years I thought, well, black, that's what you need, that's what the professionals use, you know.
But it is, but what Wade said,
Now-
it
Yeah, it makes more sense.
makes more sense.
Because everything's copied 14 different times, and
You know, my thoughts about the vehicle for economic development, you know, you go and throw that, you know, we're paying to have him, you know, paying for his miles and stuff like that. You go throw 100,000-mile vehicle out there, might run for 3 months, and then you'll come in and wanna trade it off on new one. I mean, I just
And
see
that's
the-
right, but when
I just
I
see
saw that, I mean, I just thought, you know,
I get your point, yeah.
but to your point, you're right.
Then we're gonna have another.
Then we're gonna have another,
A new county vehicle.
Well, or let's put a transmission in it or something.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it shouldn't be.
and I realize that just because it's only got 100 and some thousand doesn't mean that it's going to run 200,000. I mean, not all of them do.
Yeah, some lots do and some don't.
And some
Yeah.
don't. It was just,
Oh, it's a thought.
again,
yeah.
it was just a thought when I
Just
saw
try
the
to
number.
utilize what we've got. I think we probably already disposed of it, but I think, I don't know, if we got any more that, is there a certain time of year that our departments, like road and bridge and stuff, that they make a decision whether they've got stuff that they don't need or when we typically do that.
Well, I don't know how often Ryan has that county auction, or Road and Bridge has a county auction, but, I mean, that,
Yeah.
I don't know, it's been a couple of years, I think, since that's happened. Of course,
Yeah,
the last one went on.
I don't
that.
think there's any set time for it, I think it's just after they accumulate or
Mhm.
for whatever equipment is.
Yeah, we sold the 2 dump trucks on Big Iron or something.
Yeah, I think it's Heartland Construction or something, yeah, or Heartland, yeah.
Well, the last ones we sold on Big
Was it
Iron.
on Big Iron?
Yeah.
You know, and the car would probably move, out of the auction.
Yeah.
They sure got a lot of stuff up here on,
Holy smoke, I reckon.
too strong.
Yeah. He's been getting along good.
I don't know who's all involved in that.
One man's junk is another man's trailer, is that right?
Yeah. Well, he's, you know, Brett Skillman is, I mean, he's got help helping him, but he's
Yes.
he's the one doing it.
And I think he does a good job with it.
Yeah, he enjoys
He
it.
enjoys it,
It's
yeah.
that's his hobby that he likes. Not like me trading trucks, but hobbies turn into work sometimes.
We got
Kind of
three,
like at midnight last night when I got home.
we got 3 or 4 of them.
Stay off those auction sites, Wade.
Oh, this was a Facebook marketplace.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But it come from a dealer up there, so I'm like, well, this would be okay. Get there and pieces weren't on it that were in the pictures.
Oh, nice.
I went ahead and bid though because I knew it was cheap to start with, but I was growling for the last. He's like, well, I got them lined up waiting to take it if you don't want it. I'm like, yeah, okay, I know, but I'm 275 miles into this deal, you know.
That's
I
what he was
kinda- I kind of would have liked to, you know, get what I saw in the pictures. We're taking a bath already, we're not taking no less.
You've heard that before too, right?
And I think maybe they were. Just stick some batteries in it and turn the key, I'll tell you whether they took a bath. or not.
Right.
We got 3 or 4 or 5, and I think, up here on this one.
Yeah, they got a double up there too.
Yeah.
It is double.
Uh-huh. I mean, it doesn't look, I mean, I haven't stopped and looked at them.
Yeah, I mean,
They can't
I would
put
be
it
in
on.
favor of doing something there if everybody wanted to, but, you know.
Well, that's what I meant, I think that car would probably move out there.
Yeah, yeah,
Probably a
because
little
he's
more
got,
money.
he's got some internet coverage. I mean, I think it definitely bring more there than it would at the county sale.
That's it.
Well, I do too.
You know,
It's a lot more than a trade-in value was.
yeah, I would think so.
Yeah, they got a set of doubles out there, and the paint on it looks pretty good.
Yeah, I think he redid them.
Did he?
Yeah, I'm not so sure he didn't come up with a double trailer, take some others apart.
Oh, okay,
I don't know. I know he was working on a bunch of them.
okay. Well, I mean, everybody's looking for, anybody that's putting an address on, they're always looking for doubles.
Yeah.
Or larger tanks.
Yeah, right, right.
Make sure they don't bounce.
We're signing over here that they want it now, come on now, buddy. I mean,
That's for the state.
you know.
Oh, okay.
I guess his signature doesn't mean necessarily a good idea. It says, I certify there's sufficient money there. I hope there is. I would say there is.
When does that sale go on out there, you know?
It's gonna be on the sixth, I think. I mean, we wouldn't have time to do something if we wanted to. What your thoughts are, Jesse?
It's fine with me, if, you know, if you wanna move it or put it and spread it in to the, I can visit with Bobby and see if he wants it for the,
Economic
economic
development.
development. I mean, all that's probably gonna wind up doing is costing the county $40,000 to $50,000 for a new one later on down the road.
Yeah, I guess that'd be, we can probably go ahead with it.
That's my own thinking.
I think we can go ahead with the decision on that myself.
Looking at it that way, it's probably the best thing to do is move the car instead of just keeping it around.
Yeah.
Because we've got, I mean, everybody is covered that needs one right now.
Well, I was be in favor of doing that and would, you know, help make the arrangements to make it happen if we want to.
We need to have them, how does that happen?
It'd have to be a motion. We
It's
can
in
work
the
on it.
paper twice, too.
We can work with Web.
Does it have to be, before it could be sold, have to be listed, is that correct?
That's it.
Suppose we went to county paper. Well, I know Ryan had those motions to send the parts back was to be posted in the county paper.
Oh, that's right, I knew anything myself that
You're probably right, probably that's why we have time.
Probably don't have time for this go around.
Good morning.
before.
How are you guys?
Good.
Oh, good, how are you?
Running crazy. Running.
Yep.
You're partly cloudy?
Mm-hmm, just partly cloudy.
Crank that old window shade up for him.
Yeah.
Get you some sunshine.
Yeah, with a little jaundice.
So you guys made a couple motions this morning?
Yeah,
Okay.
motion to sign, health department stealing in that
Okay, River City?
River City.
Yeah, so we had something, a motion that could be referred to later.
Sure.
Was Wade's thoughts on it, we kind of
Yep.
segued away from it there Monday, we jumped around topics. After he explained it, I kind of remembered that,
Right. I just want to make sure I was following along.
yeah. Write it down quick, cause I'll forget, okay?
Okay.
It's done and gone.
Do I need to put that on a to-do list for, in Canva? Is that something I need to make as a, or does it matter?
The motion up there,
Yeah.
he said to use it on the big, motions for River City, for the big amount,
Yeah.
that way,
Oh,
it's kind of
okay.
paper trail.
You
Okay,
can
gotcha.
just change the amounts and the
Change it.
dates and
Oh,
stuff,
perfect, yeah.
and use the same motion again.
Okay.
I thought that explained it.
Yep, that's what I heard anyway.
What he said,
Yeah.
So, can I talk while you're signing?
Sure.
yeah.
Okay, so our presidential preference primary we just had, and you all canvassed, I'll have reports we sign Monday, but, the Secretary of State's office has informed us that we can get reimbursed from the state for direct expenses of the election. So they want us to do a certification of direct expenses for the presidential preference primary that was March 19, 2024. And we've created a certification type of thing, so we want to make a motion, and then I'll have you all sign it so we can send in.
Great.
And we tried to capture all the expenses we could come up with. We might have missed a few little things here or there, but in total, we figure that it cost $6,343 for that
Okay.
presidential preference
Well,
primary.
that's great.
That's
Getting
great.
that recaptured, great.
Yeah. So, and that's publications, printing of ballots, getting ballots on paper, and
Wages?
wages for election
poll
judges.
workers.
Yes, we can't
Okay.
count ours. You guys are welcome to.
Well, I mean, I just signed checks for the election, and what was it, like $4,500?
$5,400
$5,400?
in total. That was our largest expense.
Okay.
I've got those invoices you can look at, and the statute that talks about the payment of election expenses. So, anyway, if you want to make a motion, or we could wait and do this Monday when Tom's back, since he was.
Oh, I'm sure he'd be.
I'm not
I think he's even gonna be back Monday.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't,
He won't be back Monday.
Yeah, but he's gonna, we're all in favor of getting
Oh, sure.
reimbursed for money.
Right. I just didn't know if he was going to be here.
I don't think, the way he talked Monday, he wasn't gonna be.
Okay, so we'll want to go ahead and move forward with it today, or today. Actually, Brad's got it today, so.
We can do it today.
I'm not too sure, I might even be on 2 Mondays. I'm not,
Well, if we just need a motion or whatever.
yeah.
So what you'll.
Anytime we can get some money back.
Yeah, most times, so,
Read that.
Okay. It's authorized, Chairman signs
No, it'd be just to authorize the certification,
certification.
because you all look like.
Oh, okay.
But if they want to look at it first.
Y'all want this piece of paper before you make a motion on it?
Sounds like a good plan to me.
Okay.
I move to approve the certification.
Motion is moved to approve certification of direct expense of election TP 2024 presidential preference primary, March 19th, 2024, Coffee County, Kansas.
I'll move. I'll say.
Moved by McCurry, seconded by Meats. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes.
Thank you.
Do they normally, I'm just curious, you haven't had an election like this for a while, have you?
The last one they had, I think when we look back, it was in the 80s.
Yeah, like
Wow.
83 maybe?
Yeah,
Wow.
83, 84, somewhere in there
Yeah.
when they did this. But since the legislatures, they decided we were gonna have this, and,
It wasn't our choice, it was
Right,
their choice.
right. And so they are coming, but it's still taxpayer money,
Yeah, it is.
That's what they were just talking
Yeah.
about.
So, is that done?
No, I'm gonna go with the baskets first, so I'm just kind of been piling up.
Mm-hmm.
The non-basketed stuff.
All right, should have hauled it out.
Here. Basketed. That word?
It's okay, I knew what you
It's a redneck word.
meant. Yeah.
Redneck word of the day is basketed. Definition is everything that's not in a basket.
There you go.
Craig, my oldest son, he has some special words that he invents, and we refer to that as Craigonics.
Craigonics.
You're welcome to look through it. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh,
When you're done, just flip it in here,
okay, I will.
and I'm gonna go take these checks off.
We spend so much money on technology. It's just,
Technology, subscriptions, yeah, on and all, but
yeah,
it is
that's
insane.
what I was just looking at there, was the subscription for, so you can run all the crap that you bought.
Yeah. That's how they get that hook in your cheek and hook, line, and sinker.
And the worst part about it, there's no way to get away from it.
No.
Just because if
if you get away from it and you need support, it's gonna cost you 5 times the amount, or they're not gonna they're not gonna give you the
Exactly.
Yeah,
support.
or you just don't get it, period.
Yeah.
One or the other.
That's like our software system, I think we could, about 35,000 a year just to be able to call into the help desk.
Yeah.
You know, and the update, if there's a big update, you know, they'll give it to you at a discounted price because you've got the life cycle plan,
Right.
you know. Instead of
Good deal,
180,000,
yeah.
they're gonna charge you 95,000, you know what I mean? I mean, it's like, I guess you could put that under your pillow for the fairy,
Yeah.
tooth fairy to pick up, or something, I don't know. Yeah, it's,
Yeah, we're getting a bargain.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
yeah, pay this life cycle for the next 10 years and then you can get a discount.
Well, we were just all raised in the era when if you spent money, real money, you got something physical.
Yeah.
You know, you bought an item
Mm-hmm.
rather
Sure.
than
A
a click of
subscription.
a switch
Yeah.
for them, you know?
Yeah.
These
Yep.
all need to go that way.
Everything goes that way, yep.
Okay, not these.
Not those.
Okay.
Here's one that,
This is the new batch.
We'll
We'll go like that.
Okay. Okay. Keep me out of trouble if we can.
No, well, maybe. And then I can find my paperwork.
These guys get that scooted on down there
Mhm.
before oh, I got one more. Get that started. Don't I?
Are you still sleepy?
Yeah, a little bit.
Tuesday, we had a full day here Monday, went to bed about midnight Monday night, or 11 o'clock. And, got up at 4, went to Tulsa, come back, got everything unloaded, got changed, had to go to Kansas City for that meeting up there with the TEM people.
Yeah.
Got home at 11 o'clock, I was wore out, tired. I don't think I moved when I hit the bed last night.
Yeah.
Done.
Yeah. I didn't have any trouble going to sleep. I still got to sit down though for 20 minutes.
To
relax.
Unwind.
I said just let the wheels go to the shop or something. I don't know what it
Yeah.
is.
We are, but till they filter all the way through, that's, you know, I don't know if you guys ever remember the Reader's Digest little book
Mhm.
magazine they had years ago.
Yeah.
I think, if I recall, I remember they would kind of like prey on elderly people and they would send bills all the time. And I remember hearing something that somebody was still getting Reader's Digest like way long after because they would keep sending an invoice and they would just keep
Keep paying for it.
And so they were just a revolving, and I feel like that's what this is,
Yeah.
kind of.
Yeah.
But we paid it just by the year, so
Uh-huh.
whenever our year is up, that's when it should be done.
We hope.
What's that?
Kiplinger.
Oh, it's got,
Get 3 or 4 copies of this one.
it's got some information in there if it was, you hope it was accurate. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's just a prediction like everybody else.
yeah.
Yeah,
Hopefully an educated, well-educated guess. But, you know.
it is. I mean, they are.
Motorola,
69,000.
and it says year 4. We've already done this one 3 times.
Well, probably so.
Billing year 4 post-warranty Essential Plus. Billing year 4 post-warranty SUAAII. I don't know what that is. The top one I just read was 55,000. The second one I just read is almost 15. I don't remember signing that, but it's been a year, so I probably forgot.
Well, I would say the big Motorola thing was probably my first year in here. That 1.3, $1.5 million Motorola deal.
Yep.
Yeah.
That was probably my first, I think that might have been my first year in.
Yeah, this is year 4. I wonder if there's, when that runs out, is there, it's gonna be there, we're gonna have to pay it anyway. Year 5 would sure be the last of that thing.
Well, unless it's a service agreement.
Maybe a
If it's
service-
a service agreement,
That's a
then
warranty,
this is the warranty.
warranty expense, yeah.
Okay.
I don't know why a company in a county this size, warranty is for people that can't afford stuff. Not saying that Coffee County can afford it, but I just feel that it's money wasted. That's how I feel.
Yeah,
You know.
that's my insurance man one time in a weak moment told me, he said, you shouldn't insure anything that, unless it's gonna put you out of business.
Exactly.
You know, and obviously it's, none of this stuff's gonna put Coffee County out of business.
Right.
You know, I'd say the odds are, they have that policy written, that they're making money, it's on the plus side, so we could have good luck or bad luck, but odds are, we'd save money by not doing it. That's how I look at it.
Mhm.
Because I imagine they'll take our money and fix it, whether we've got the warranty or not.
Yeah.
Unless that affects service in any way, and I wouldn't, it shouldn't, but.
The way I look at it is, as much money as Coffee County spends with Motorola, I don't care if we got warranty or not, they better policy it.
Yeah, you'd think it would affect something.
They better policy it.
Can you imagine how many different businesses and government entities that they service?
Oh,
What
huge.
kind of business that is?
Well, just the warranty side, just like that piece of paper right there, times how many counties in the state.
That'd be pretty good.
And the worst part about it is you can go out and,
What's it, 105 counties? Yeah.
you can go out and look for other sources, and it always goes back to Motorola being the best
I think you're
value.
right.
I mean, it's just because they're still quality, and they know it.
Yeah, yeah, they've got an advantage.
Because I think in the years past, they looked at other avenues, and it's always came back to the Motorola side just because of the dependability and
Yeah.
the service part of it too. I mean, as
Yeah,
far as them
they-
taking care of.
Well, they've got something that typically they're gonna have parts for,
Right.
COVID or some crap like that, so.
Just that service agreement a year is
I know.
$7 million
I know.
for 105 counties, you know, but
Yeah.
then I'm sure there's other counties that cost more because it's probably a part of your amount of radios that you have, be my guess.
Yeah, I would guess. Pretty mind-boggling the amount of money that would amount to.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I was just looking at this, the sponsoring fee.
$1,000
Yeah.
sponsoring that fish.
Yeah. something we do every year? Sponsor a fishing
That
tournament?
catfish tournament?
Oh, okay, that's.
Yeah, I'm assuming it's a catfish
Yeah,
tournament.
We sponsor a lot of stuff.
You know, that is a huge thing that's coming around is those fishing tournaments. And, you know, I don't remember them, I'm sure there's, you know, they happened previous to me being in here, you know, just the knowledge of them,
But
you know.
apparently they've really grown.
They've grown tremendously, yeah.
Fishing tournament, I assume it's done at, John Redmond.
John Redmond or Wolf Creek Lake.
Wolf Creek.
Yeah.
So that brings people in.
Mhm. Yeah, there was one day I was coming past, New Strong, and I bet there was 30 pickups and boats lined up along that frontage road
Oh, yeah.
there by Robert Lee's and by the restaurant, and, I was like, oh, yeah. And that was probably just a drop in the bucket.
And there's a lot of dollars involved in those.
Yeah.
Lots of dollars
Yeah.
involved in it. You know, and 90% of those people move on and stay somewhere else outside the county, you know. If it's a 2-day tournament,
Yeah.
you lose at least one night, maybe 2 nights, you know.
Yeah.
There's other things that happen in this county that require motel stays and not just CHIP dependent or SSM dependent or Wolf Creek dependent.
Right.
I'm a little bit surprised that they don't need more than 60% for a key. 60% I can't. Here's a $31,000 bill, regular supplement, regular supplies maintenance. And Amber signed off on that. 68, install, remove VHF, install 800.
Suppose that's all these installations they just
That's
got
18.
done with, I guess.
Yeah, 68,
That's what I
18,000. And then there's 80 and 10 GPS, $135 each.
Just the comment previously that Wade said, we spend a lot of money on technology.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be getting more all the time.
Yep.
These all road and bridge.
Yeah, these are the next basket going.
So we're done with the first basket.
Yeah. Somewhere handy for you there.
Where I'm the person that sets off the alarm in the vehicle. Like that one out here did Monday. Horn honking.
On that hotel and amphitheater thing, where does the city fit in on that? I mean, I assume that they're going to do the infrastructure. And if they do, then will they annex that in? And then, if they do, what's the outcome for them? I mean, how does that affect what we get back?
If they annex it?
Yeah, I mean, they're gonna have some skin in the game, I assume, with, if they do an infrastructure. And then, and I'm just asking, I mean, are they going to annex that in and it?
Yeah.
I haven't heard anything mentioned about that yet.
It's just,
For some reason, I had in my mind that this part of the Star Bond money was for the infrastructure. Am I remembering something improper?
I don't know, I guess I got to thinking, probably not trying to think too much, but where's the city involved on this? And if so, how,
Maybe I'm wrong, okay,
I think Starbond was just for the construction of it,
okay.
of the motel and the
And
amphitheater.
the amphitheater, yeah.
For some reason, there was something that I remember, and I don't know if Bobby told me, who told me that, well, throw names, because I don't know if it was actually said for this project, but I think the city was going to help with some of the water and the sewer to the facilities.
To the facility.
So, if I remember, if that was the right, if I'm thinking of the right project.
Okay.
Next time, if we have Bill back in, I would hurt to have a city.
Well, it's just,
Short meeting.
it's just,
And get some stuff identified.
the city has gotta be involved I mean, they're gonna be involved some way, I would
You know, Bobby would probably know what the city involvement is, or if there is any.
Try to
Well,
get
see if
that-
he's available.
We could try to get that answered now,
Yeah.
and try to keep this thing moving along whatever we're gonna decide, he needs to know. It's my thoughts.
Yeah, I see it made it on the top quarter folder of the newspaper, so,
Okay.
yeah, hotel, what was it, hotel?
Setting up today.
Hotel relies on amphitheater, or, something or other.
Yeah.
For the amphitheater, yeah. Like, oh, gosh.
Is Bill the one that bought that 9.8 acres right along the highway?
Well,
I think he's holding an option.
I think he's holding an option, I don't think he's pulled the trigger yet.
I think it's beyond the option.
I think that's what he said. I think I asked that question the other day, and it's an option yet at this point, but he has one more extension, or if I recall.
Right, he's got another 3-month extension, I think.
I'll have to message him because he's not maybe in the office,
Okay.
probably out and about.
That's fine.
He did.
Yeah, we had a real good meeting there the other night in Kansas City.
Good.
Finally got to visit with, Dr. Jesse Russell and Carl. Craig Bernberg was there. Burns and Mac was there.
Okay.
Yeah. There were several. I think there were probably 12, 13 people at the table.
And good discussion.
Yep, good discussion, good. I would call it more of a, TEM team
I see.
meeting, more than any, kind of an update. Carl and Jesse, gave a big shout to the county and the county commissioners and Coffee County for having the foresight and, willing to work and see this plan move forward. And, I thank them for becoming a part of the team and appreciated everything that they're doing to bring this to Coffee County.
Well, I know that decision was made long before I came, but I'm sure that was some pretty tense thoughts whether to jump in or jump out, but I really think that the future of Coffee County, if we want to keep all the amenities that we have for the size of the population of our county, we're going to need some more tax revenue one of these days. It may not be yet in my lifetime, but
It'll set it up for generations to come.
we've got a major one that has been great for our county, Bull Creek, and who knows how long that might be there, and
I think this,
I really think it's worth the gamble, I know.
I do on that, I really
Yeah.
do.
You know, and if they do supply power to this facility, that's just gonna help with the sustainability of Wolf Creek, you know,
Yeah.
to keep
Yeah.
that going.
I'm sure they'll have a pretty good sized piece of copper leading to that place, I'm betting
That's what they wind up doing.
Yeah,
If I understood it right, Monday, that SSM is getting closer to,
Yes, the Red Leg, USDA, loan, everything's been, approved, the paperwork's in, the Native American Indian, checkout was good. I have not spoke with Bart, but I planned on calling him today to visit with him. We've got to start getting an agreement drawn up for the property up there.
yeah, we want that thing to get moving. Lots of it can.
Get somebody in that house,
yeah,
make a little revenue off of it.
Yeah. Well, it'd be better with somebody there in.
Yes.
well, just will.
is that location there for SSM? Is it been surveyed out and we have an exact location for it?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That was done,
I think it's staked even.
that was done, oh gosh, several months ago.
Well, when we had that meeting up there, it wasn't done. at that
It was
time.
done, I think it was done shortly thereafter, when
Yeah,
I saw
'cause
that
they were-
later on.
Talking about.
I think that's,
Yeah, we had an invoice or something.
Because there for a little while, they were having trouble deciding where to put it because of their wastewater
Right.
field and trying to get that all arranged, is my recollection.
no, and I think a few days after the groundbreaking out there, I think the, crew was out there, doing the survey. I believe.
Yeah, I think you're right.
But if all of this construction goes, well, the rock quarry business would be a pretty good business to be in, but
Yeah.
it's pretty good business anyhow, looks like right here, but obviously, we need it and they got it, and we're lucky that we've got it here, that we don't have to truck it in from, 150
Well, we're
miles away.
fortunate to have the rock quarries that we do, you know, there's
Yeah,
one north of Waverly and then one, on Melbourne Road, that big one to the west, and then the one over on, by Lebo.
yeah.
What is over there, just one or two?
There's just one at Lebo. I mean, Nelson's is still there, but it's not in operation.
Okay,
Then we got,
But that one north of Ridley.
yeah, one north of Ridley.
yeah.
Yeah.
And it seems like they're all moving a ton of rock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Two of them there at Hartford.
they're, yeah,
We service as far as Dodge City.
really,
And people out there, they don't have, they gotta crush the big sandstone,
Right.
and that takes wear and tear on them crushing machines,
It's tough on
Very, very hard,
crushers, is it?
yep, and it's very, very expensive. And we did a railroad project out in Dodge City,
Uh-huh.
and had to take ballast rock out.
so where would you pick that up? I
It's
mean,
coming out of Melbourne.
no,
Yeah,
and that's a long jaunt.
mm-hmm,
Yeah.
it's a long way.
That's about one of my, well, it's one of our biggest customers, we go to the sale barn at Dodge. I've not seen good Dodge just about anywhere. It's good driving.
Yep.
I'm curious, how do you go? Do you go through 54 and out? Or-
No, it's a little bit further, but we go through and pull
And
in.
pull in, yeah.
There's not much difference in mileage.
Yeah,
But that's good highway going through Employee, I mean, that's
Yeah,
all
it's
super,
like-
super two.
11 miles further, but we go to Vito and get fuel,
Right.
so that's kind of a, we gotta account of Vito,
Yeah.
so.
No, you're getting better.
And my,
You're getting better.
and my, and my hay driver likes to eat supper at Vito, so that might have something to do with it there when we pull out, so. I'm like, fine,
Yeah.
whatever. I'm like, why don't you fuel when you come home? So if they wanna go south, well, yeah, but, you know, I kinda like going in there and eating supper on the way out.
If I ate on the way out, I'd have to go around back and take a nap.
Well,
I'm not worth
He
the
usually
water.
makes it a staffer and goes to bed and then gets up early in the morning to go to work.
How far is Stafford?
200 from my shop, yeah. 199, I think.
199.
I
Yeah.
definitely would be wanting to take a nap,
Yeah.
eating that much. Do they have their buffet open?
No,
No.
you'll never see it there under that company.
They just,
I thought it would come back after COVID.
well, I'd hope so too, but they run things a little differently. Most every place they buy, food stuff gets worse instead of better,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
I'm just glad they brought the ketchup bottles back. You know, trying to have a supper or lunch or something, french fries, and you gotta open up 25 ketchup packets instead of having a ketchup bottle.
Yeah, the same thing, they got the, what was it, Hitchin Post or whatever,
Mhm.
Dodge, and it, you know, no restaurant there no more. They bought it.
It's getting harder. You know, my son introduced me to Uber Eats. You just get an app on your phone. Wherever you're at, you can just location and it gives you what's available to call, you know, to order.
Yeah.
And you just turn around and pick what you want, pay for it on a credit card. It sends you a notification when somebody's dispatched to go pick up your food. And then it'll say Mary or Jack or Susie's en route to your location with your food. They show up, you tip them, you can tip them on the app or you can tip them in cash and they hand you your food. They take off, you jump in your truck and eat your food.
Well, that'd be very valuable sometimes,
Yeah.
because, well, Cece will go with me some, and we'll stop somewhere, and I'm like, okay, well, they've got, you know, we can stop here, they've got a, you know, nothing wrong with the truck sandwich, you know, a little truck delivery sandwich, and says, these aren't too good, and I says, you're just not hungry enough. You've been driving all day, these taste pretty good, you know.
Nothing better than a truck wagon.
Right, that's exactly right. One of my favorites.
Exactly.
A little spice to it, a little sesame seeds or whatever. Yeah.
Poppy seed.
Yeah, that's right. That's what they are. Yeah.
Well, that would be nice for you guys, especially because you can't just drive a big rig around
Yeah.
anywhere.
Yeah. Well, I've got some guys that try.
Yeah.
That doesn't always turn out so good either.
Yeah.
The knocked over fire hydrant, the light pole in the parking lot, yeah. Broken curb, grass, sprinkler systems. Pretty expensive Walmart or
Yeah.
cheeseburger, you know what I mean?
Yeah. One of our lease trucks pulled into a little strip mall to meet one of their kids to drop something off, and this car pulls up and gets right behind him, out of his sight, which he had no business being there in the first place. But he backs up, bumps into him, and apparently they back up a little bit, and he's like, what, wasn't that there? He backs up and hits me again. I'm like, you know, now really, somebody just backed into you, would you not get the heck out of the road?
Yeah, I'd be
You're back
gone.
there, nobody can see you, you know?
I was just like, oh, wait a minute, it's not damaged enough, let's just back up.
Yeah, no, we just bought that car and they got to keep it, you know, just like, here. Oh, well, it's 5,000 damage. It's like the car's worth $2,000.
Mhm.
And the insurance company's not gonna give you $5,000 if we call the insurance company, so let's work something out.
We can do this the easy way, or we can do this the hard
Right.
way.
A truck that, nothing to do with us, but that we broker, it was in Nebraska, in Omaha, icy, and they went up this hill, spun out, and slid back into this parked vehicle, and they was doing everything they could to try to settle with this guy. You know, his bed was rusted out on his pickup, and they found him a used bed,
Mhm.
was gonna put on a nice looking bed and a new bumper, and oh, no, and he needed a lease vehicle, and he needed this, and needed that. So I said, finally, they said, fine, turned it over to the insurance company. The insurance company said, well, that ice is like an act of God, you're not getting nothing. They didn't do anything
Didn't do
for it.
anything.
Like, "Yeah, maybe you should have took the used pickup bed." Yeah.
And sometimes people are too smart for their own good.
Oh, yeah, get a little greedy.
Yeah, too greedy.
Yeah. He tried calling me back then. Oh, no, maybe, like, no, maybe not.
You made your bed, you lay in it, buddy. Is there a signature page in this folder? Is there a signature page in this folder? Or have I messed it up?
Did you take it out already?
Well, I don't
Payables
know.
only right there. probably.
Well, this was given to me for this voucher.
I bet it's in there though, maybe.
This
Nope.
is just a property
Okay.
tax for the Bailey property.
Did you already do, I don't know about the payables. Let me go see it. Maybe you already signed it.
Yeah, I was trying to organize and be neat and get that one out the window.
About how that works for me.
Yeah. The more I try, the harder I try, the worse it gets.
So this is the end of the stuff.
That is
for
the end of the-
basket.
Oh,
No,
basket.
she said these are just vouchers.
Oh, okay.
Does this go with that basket thing?
Nope, that's all set.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
This is everybody's
Yeah.
here, right?
Those are just independent items.
Pardon me?
Just, all this stuff will stack up on top of that blue book.
Okay.
Set aside that check. This is the Goldberg $19,000.
So, we were delinquent, were we?
I guess, I don't know.
Because
Oh, I didn't read it, yeah.
we should pay this before it gets printed in the paper.
Oh, well.
Or maybe we weren't, maybe we're getting close to being, I don't
Yeah.
know.
You know what? I kinda got a problem with this one here. I've already signed the check, but we could pull it out.
Which one?
Goldberg. She was down here. What date? 2/12. And I guess decide to take people out to lunch. Spent $122.96 at a restaurant in Burlington and turned around and charges us for it. I kinda got a little issue with that.
Seems a little excessive.
You're paying for a mileage to come down here already.
Obviously, I haven't gotten an application, I don't know what's.
That just burns me.
Why should we,
Why should we pay for her to take people out to eat?
I mean, what benefit was it to, I'm just,
Well, they're in business, you would think that'd be their business.
that would be their business.
That would be taking us out to eat. And not back charging.
I was gonna say that, 'cause I know that was.
Yeah.
But,
Keith, she took out the meal, where were they from?
It doesn't list who they were.
County employees, or she bring another
Does it say? $99 worth of, $99.48 worth of food, $102.96, $20 tip, $122.96. That must have been the groundbreaking day. 2/12. I bet that was the
That
day
could
the
be.
shovel in the ground.
oh,
Cold day out here.
yeah, that was.
I don't like that. It just makes me mad. You don't have $100 to buy somebody that's spending $27 million with your company to build a new jail. I have no trouble. I have no
Again, Don.
Yeah.
No, you're fine, you're fine.
That is kind of annoying.
trouble. What the hell is the matter, idea?
I know that's uncomfortable to have to sign with that left hand.
Right one burns pretty good.
You don't know whether they're gonna have to operate or anything yet?
I'm sorry,
You don't know whether they're gonna have to operate?
they're hoping they'll mend together, but the top piece is down over the front, side. Then they're gonna move back in place. I just want more damn money.
Need a few more appointments first, I know.
Well,
Who'd you go to? We ended up, well, we went to whoever they said,
I'm,
met the doctor, Wizard, Wiser.
you know, in one hand,
Yeah,
it makes you
they're
feel like you're being
awesome.
difficult, but
Back
on the
home.
other hand, it's,
makes you feel like you're being taken advantage of.
Building off the
yeah,
west side.
is what,
And I've been there before to, Johnny and,
I'm about half tempted to say subtract the meals out of it.
it's fine with me.
I already signed
The
the
next
check.
one would be more pleasant and more pleasure. After the vote.
800-139. Oh, check number 104971.
I'm gonna wait it, reissue,
Yes, please.
trapped. 100, what?
122.96.
Okay with you guys?
Oh, yeah, I don't know why we should have to pay for that.
Do I?
Oh, here it
You're
is, right here.
gonna
Was it
cut a
total
new
amount?
check and take the cost of those
Okay.
meetings off.
Okay,
Hospital meals,
Yeah.
I'll need that back.
I had no problem at all taking them off.
Yeah.
You know, if the sheriff,
He
if the
said, get their
sheriff,
attention, they come back and talk.
if the sheriff took her out for lunch and then we paid for it that way, that'd be one thing. But Tricia probably took the sheriff's office out for lunch, or a few of them, and went on. And then here we are paying,
Yeah,
it just doesn't set well.
that's the last of that.
That's the last one.
You know, we got 3 or 4. You know,
Hey Angie, here's the registry too. The register for that.
you know, we got Tom, Eric, Wade, and I think there's 3 or 4 of those guys who have quite a bit of it.
Yeah.
And I can't say they're being built, they're being built, I'm not sure they are.
But that's our people though, at least.
Yeah.
Issue it on our 22. I mean, I'm sorry.
I would advise my lunch when I go work for somebody else,
Exactly.
you know, unless they choose to, but that's not coming out of our pocket, that's coming out of taxpayers' pocket.
Yeah.
Just overdraft some email.
The check register, you have to rerun that, won't you? Cause that shows the 119,000, won't you? Or could you just
We're just gonna,
scratch the 120?
well, actually, yeah, it'll rerun when we run the new check, so we'll redo those.
So, they can go on.
Yeah, those
When she gets that notice, she's gonna send her dance pictures.
I don't know if on a large amount, but it's just the idea.
Well, it's a principle.
Yeah.
Be careful. Watch your pennies, the dollars will take care of themselves. Is there a form I need for direct deposit?
Yeah, and then we need a direct deposit slip or,
That's why I didn't know if you had the, well, I would have to cancel check, I'd just void the check and then that.
okay, yeah, and then I'll get you the form.
Okay.
Are you needing to change something?
Yeah, in May, for the April, it'd be for the April. So you get paid you get paid April's money in May, right?
Part of it, it'll be the last week or so will be in May.
So it'd be from May on then.
Okay. So let's not do it until,
No, that's fine, I just didn't know what paperwork I needed,
Yeah.
so. Yeah, no, we don't need to be confused.
enough.
Get out a few things.
Do we did something.
No.
Did I miss some of them?
This whole thing is in forward.
Oh,
I wasn't paying any attention.
No wonder I got through it so fast.
No, wait a minute, you did.
I signed a few of them, I initialed a few of them.
I come back over here.
Just do that in advance.
Yeah.
And it's just one more.
Who said it? I don't know what happened,
Sidetrack.
Which,
but
they got this bit too much frozen milk.
Four people voted for me, they're getting what they paid for.
These are ready, so when you get done with those, when we get done with,
Heck, I've only got to sign 1 or 2.
these are all, and then that stack all goes into that, right?
What Wade has in his hand goes into that green, and
Okay.
everything else is separate.
Alright.
Okay, let's try that again. Maybe they run all this time.
That doesn't go in the green folder. The one you just put in there,
This one
that's
doesn't.
separate. Yep, that's separate.
Yeah, that was on this.
Oh, okay.
That was on here.
Does this go into the basket then?
That's the tax. for
Oh,
the-
that's the, yeah. That's the That would be
Oh, that's, yeah.
separate, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And that's what you got in your hand there, isn't it, Wade? The top page for that?
Yeah.
Is that the top page for that?
Yeah, I think so.
8,000, 8,100, yeah.
Yep. Okay. Just go
Yeah,
with that.
well,
one then.
see these guys, and just sign
Okay,
it,
okay.
Don and Steve.
I-
And
We're
we'll
gonna
take care
make
of
it
that.
on the flow here.
All right.
And this goes into here.
Doesn't it look good, Bobby?
That goes to Angie.
This
Steve,
does.
that's that
Oh,
$8,100,
okay,
I
that's
think.
tax, all right,
Yep,
yeah.
yep.
Yep, okay.
Okay,
There's that one.
thank you.
And
That folder's done.
that one.
Two of those in the blue book.
Are you saying no? Oh, in the blue book, I'm sorry.
Yeah, for a 10-minute break, y'all. Up to a 10-minute break, then we'll come back.
What are you doing? Oh,
Want to review the CP5, look over the CP5s, and maybe have an executive session.
oh, okay,
We got business waiting.
okay.
Come back at 10, let's just call it 10:50.
So no luck getting a hold of Bobby?
No, not getting home.
Okay, okay.
I don't know where he's at, or,
That's fine, it'd be nice to visit with you today. for
sure,
And that's fine, that.
we'll keep a watch, see if he responds at some point.
Recess till 10:50, enough time?
Yeah.
Okay, back. I was gonna call, oh, we got this correction to the certification of district expense for the election. Numbers weren't quite right, so Brad fixed them and brought it back around to have it signed.
Okay.
I mean, I guess I had a whole bunch of these.
Yeah, that'd be pretty.
I'll sign it for you.
Yeah, Steve signed it yesterday or Monday.
Okay.
No, that's the first one, we signed that today.
Pardon?
We
That was,
signed it
that was today.
This is the
This is the correction.
Yeah,
Correction
Steve
sheet.
signed it.
Yeah, he signed it, mine signed it, had a signature
Probably
for you
have to
Monday.
do it again rather than someone else.
Yeah.
Do you want me to go ahead and sign you then?
Either that or I'll just draw a straight line across it.
Yeah. Either one works.
I just signed it for you, so.
I appreciate it. That's, please still need to be signed.
And then this goes to Angie.
Mhm.
There we go.
Get it in here. When we get to those sections, you can put those in. Later.
Okay. So we can put these in, or
Yeah,
is that what
they can
you're,
just go on top of that.
on top of the other? Okay.
And I took out one that I put in for myself, so.
take the other one out already, so this would
I mean,
go in under 5 then.
well, I took out the other one the other day, that I just put it on top of those.
This might be first set.
But under 5 would be the place to put it.
5 and 6 is what it affects.
Yeah. So what, let's see. I'm still working on that number for you, Don.
Oh, what do you mean, the exact,
That
dollar
average,
per hour?
Yeah.
Yeah, like we just called 26 of that went all off over a dollar.
Appraiser elected?
No,
No.
you're elected as attorney, registered deed, sheriff, and treasurer. And you guys.
Registered deed, you said.
Mm-hmm. Well,
You said you're gonna have some elected, or some executive sessions.
I just was like,
One,
I think,
2. Is it two,
Two,
two, probably?
but I mean, it's kind of one issue. I don't know.
I was told if we have discussion of more than one non-elected personnel, it needs to be in different
Okay,
executive
so I guess I would need
sessions.
to,
Okay.
but do you want to do it today or Monday? Because that's when you're doing your thing.
Well, the way, if we're gonna have executive session for every one of those, we're not even gonna meet the timeline.
Would there be any way to do it here?
The executive sessions, I don't think so.
You used to.
Used to have them here, but I don't know, I don't know.
Well, I mean, I looked at the list, and if we have to, I thought, well, why couldn't we do it here?
Okay, thank you.
I mean, it would save,
We'll get enough room.
because we're going to do each one individually, or we,
Well, your executive session, if it's a non-elected personnel, you can have to, that's okay, but if it's an elected official, then it has to be an open.
Right.
If you're discussing the elected official themselves.
right. But on those that we have to do exec sessions for, Monday, I assume we'll have,
That would be a question for Mr. Wade. The question come up, do we have to, because of the time restraint on Monday for the department head, CP5 talk, could we have, if there's an executive session, can we have the executive session in chambers off the record if it's for employees hourly of a department, or
You're talking about all of the employees, like in general?
well, if 90% of employees within the department, or a department, is getting a step increase. The ones that are getting more than one, or if there are ones getting more than one, have either been discussed previously with the commission in executive session, which the commission would be okay with approving the CP5 for that department. The department head within a department, that would be an executive session with that department head. If there's a pay change, correct?
So let's say you have, a department head, I'm just gonna talk generically, that you have a mechanic who works on cars and they cover the entire fleet, so you wanna talk about whether that individual is subject to a pay raise as the department head for the mechanic fleet, right?
Right.
And they are not elected, so if you wanna talk about their job performance, you have to come and talk with you individually about their performance based on that particular job. And if that's what you wanna do, but for all of they're the head mechanic, and then they have other mechanics underneath them. If you want to talk about mechanics underneath them, you probably wanna have, and it's only specific, to do it shotgun, and cover all of them. The non-elected personnel provision is for individuals, so you have to do it individually with each one.
Right.
So if you wanna talk about mechanic one, and their job performance, you need to go in and talk about that in an executive session.
Right. So, but back to Steve's question was, can we do the executive session here if the elected official is here on Monday because of the time restraint, 10 minutes?
I think, my opinion would be, you hear what they have to say, and then if you wanna talk about something individual with them, then you do that at a separate time. Cause you're not gonna have enough time unless they don't cover that entire time period.
So I guess the question is all these times that we've done set up for Monday, do they have to be in executive session, or maybe they don't? They don't, they don't have to be, okay,
They don't have to be.
okay. I thought they had
We're trying
to
to prevent us from spending all our time on the stairs. Rather
be.
than-
Well, yeah, because you have,
Yeah.
Well, that's my fault in scheduling, I'm sorry.
No.
Between-
No.
Oh,
No.
well, and for them, and for a department head to come in here and review the CP5, if there's any questions, to answer questions, then if there's questions that need to be taken into executive session, there's not enough time.
I'm sorry, I thought we had to do these in executive.
No.
This is
Okay,
gonna
so
be-
we're good.
Okay, we're good.
Yeah.
Okay,
No, if there's an elected official, or if there's a department head, if we don't agree on something,
then that's.
then that's when you
Okay.
got to enter
Go
into
down and
executive
discuss it.
session.
I misunderstood. I thought that each one of these timeframes had to be done in exec session, and it doesn't have to be. Okay.
Elected official is public, department head, non-elected is executive session.
It can be, it doesn't have to be if somebody wants to come in and.
It doesn't have to be.
Sure.
Okay.
Okay.
So the idea and concept is, everybody who's coming in with the CP5, they come in and say, here's what I presented to you, do you have any questions? No, there's no questions, okay, and then they're done. And that entire 10 minutes could be cut into 45 seconds.
It doesn't have to be done in exec session. I mean, this.
Or if, because ultimately at the back end of this, if it's all approved, it ends up being public record anyways, what people make. I mean,
Yeah.
they're public
Yeah, unless there's
salaries,
discussion, yeah.
people's personal identifiers and benefits and those type of things. That's a whole different,
Yeah.
ballgame. But, I mean, this is public money that's being spent for people's salaries and wages.
Oh, you cleared it up. I just thought that each one of them had to be done in exec session, and
So if you get to the point where you get to a department and you're like, wait a minute, what is this? You're jumping several steps. Some of it, you know what's happening because it's either gonna be refreshed or explained. You know, someone, you know, I'll use Road and Bridge as an example, someone has obtained their CDL and they've jumped. So how they've jumped makes sense, and Brian will explain it, and you won't have to go into the executive session, because
Okay.
there'll be a justification why they've jumped from, jumped two
Sure.
steps. Or, you end up in a situation where something doesn't make sense, or somebody has asked for something, then that's when you have to make the decision whether that evaluation, and where it would probably occur the most is, you have a department head who's asking for something that you don't feel is in line with what the you don't agree with it, or you need more, then
that's.
does that need to happen in executive session? It can possibly, but it can also happen in an open session, and somebody can say, hey, here's what I've done, I feel like I've merited this increase, not for an elected official. That's a whole different ballgame. That discussion has to happen.
In exec session.
No,
In an open
But,
session.
I'm sorry, okay.
But nobody may request an executive session at all, which is why 10 minutes and 15 minutes. It all depends on, you have my CP5, do you have any questions?
Yeah.
No, it all makes sense? Okay, I ask you, sign my, and you're done.
They might not want an executive session, but we as a board might want an executive session.
Yeah.
To talk about the one individual, wait a minute, what's going on?
You're right.
Okay,
What,
I'm good.
What-
I'm clear now. I was under the impression that we had to do an exec session on every one of them, and it just, that you were good.
nope, I think you end up in the crosshairs of
Okay.
trouble if you go into an executive session
Okay.
to talk about an entire
Sure.
department.
So my question earlier was, can we go into an executive session today to talk about the CP5 for a department head?
So when you say CP5, maybe what I understand you saying is you want to talk about the evaluation and job performance of that department head. Not,
Yes.
which is potentially ties into the CP5, but it's more about their evaluation and performance.
Yes.
And if it's for their evaluation and performance, then that is a legitimate reason to go in for that department head.
Okay. Okay. Question answered.
Yeah.
Bobby just walked in, and what we had a question for him about earlier blew out my,
Yeah, I've lost
is
it.
gone.
The city of Burlington.
The city, it was a question on the Mashad thing. So, where does the city of Burlington fit into the project? I mean, do they do are they going to do an infrastructure?
Yeah,
and-
what's their skin in the game, yeah.
And they'll have skin in the game, so will they annex that property out there? So how does that affect the tax dollar? I mean, how does that affect that 1% or 2? I can't remember the number, 1% of the CID, is that?
Yes, sir. CID sales tax.
Yes.
So the city's participation is threefold. They will be responsible for providing utilities to the hotel and to everything else out there, the theater, possibly, and anything else that goes out there. And from what I've heard, can't guarantee it obviously, but they seem like they're gonna participate more than they would normally in the cost of that infrastructure as a form of incentive. The second thing that they would do, they would sign an agreement with the county, so the attorneys will, at some point, will meet and draft a document that says the county and the city will cooperate in the following ways. The county will levy a tax or create a CID. The city will also, because half of that area is in the city limits currently, so they'll have to also cooperatively vote to allow this, whatever districts to be formed. And also consent the same way the county would to levy any fees in those created districts. The third way they would participate is also giving up the skin in the game piece, giving up some of their taxes, their future taxes back to the project. Again, the same goal, to get it paid off as quickly as possible. The amphitheater.
As far as that money's coming back into the county to take care of that bill, that's not going to have any effect as far as the monies that we receive.
No, sir.
Okay. And then the second, something else, is the young man that was in here.
Matt?
Yeah, he's associated with the Chamber of Commerce. Tell me again, or explain to me again what their role would be. Somewhere I've lost what they were going to do.
That's all right. So they're trying to find a way, they're trying to reestablish or reimagine what the chamber should do for the county. You know, how can they benefit Leroy and Gridley and the people and the businesses and all our other cities? So they're trying to do that on the existing budget's pretty thin. Pretty much they just don't have any ability to hire a professional. So you've got these board members, at least now, it wasn't this way, but now they represent each individual area. So that's a good thing, but I've told them, you know, whenever the time's right and they got their game together, to come before the commission and plead their case and, you know.
I guess that's what, I know they've formed a board, but each one of these folks have got full-time jobs.
Correct.
So,
They need a director.
that's correct. If it's going to work, because the young man, and what was their role going to be in this project once it's, I mean, say it.
If everything works out, they would be the board for the amphitheater doings. Anything that happens at the amphitheater, from everything from paying bills to hiring people to keeping it clean, to keeping the grass cut, to fixing busted pipes or having events.
Right.
They would host everything.
But we would still, the county would still have the money in a director, in the director to come up with different acts or different.
Absolutely.
The county would still be.
Was the goal that they're gonna share this person, basically? This would be the director of the Chamber of Commerce.
That's right.
And be the event
That's right.
coordinator.
So that director would be having
Try to get twofold out of the same person.
absolutely
Okay.
get some benefit out of it.
Because without a director, and I know this young man means, but they all have real jobs.
That's right.
So without some type of director or whatever, their intentions are great, but I'm not sure that they're going to be able to fulfill. Am I making any sense at
You
all?
are, absolutely.
That,
absolutely. Yeah, you need somebody who that's their job if they're gonna do more than they have been doing, is my thought.
With or without the amphitheater, they were gonna come and ask for funding to hire a director.
Get somebody full-time.
That's right.
to get somebody full-time, that's their full-time job, is to take care of that.
That's right. Because I can give them money out of my budget, but not enough to hire a director.
Well,
Yeah.
but your budget, if I understand it, to go to that is decreased just because of,
The taxes being
of the
less.
right.
That's right. That's right.
Okay.
You know, for the first year or two, the amphitheater might not make anything. You might be a year out on certain acts, like your bigger caliber acts.
Sure.
But once you start putting stuff in the pipeline and it starts coming out, generating revenue, the county contributes, I mean, it could turn into be a break even or a profitable situation.
That's the goal.
I mean, it's already focused, your $150,000, your tax getting, but the county getting the tax back from that, from the CID district,
Right.
is basically a break-even point.
Which
you
is
know,
great.
Which is great, but still, you're gonna have to fund, somebody's gonna have to fund them folks to bring the acts in and start getting an account built up to where they're be able to self-sustain themselves.
Right.
And I agree, Jed. Yeah, I guess the first concern was how, where does the city fit in? I mean, because they're just not going to, as long as it didn't affect anything that was coming, to take care of the bill.
I think Steve's thinking that if it's outside of the city annexes it, will they capture all of the tax and leave the county high and dry?
That's exactly.
That'll be written into an
And
agreement.
that's exactly where I was,
That won't happen.
I don't have anything against the city, right? It was just a
Right.
question,
Or
it was just
know
a
where we
question.
stand, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Need to know where we stand.
We just need to know,
Yeah.
we need to know where we stand on it.
Yes, sir. You'll have a lot more deliberation before anything's ever done, so yes, so you'll be able to put that in an agreement and the city sign it and everything.
And then the second thing was the Chamber of Commerce. Like I said, I think the intentions are really great, but without some form of director that will take care, that's their sole responsibility for the chamber and for this, then they're not gonna be able to do the job. I don't believe.
And could do, I feel, they could do a lot more than
Yeah,
do a lot of different things for all the cities in the county if they
That's
had
right.
somebody full-time,
I do too. To give them the direction, and they still act as a board, and that director would be responsible to that board.
Right, answer and follow their wishes,
Right.
but yet somebody in place to do the work.
Okay, sir.
Yes, sir.
I think they're all excellent questions, and then I think that was the main worry that Steve was like, well, if this is outside the county and the city annexes it, are they gonna capture all the taxes?
No, and that's exactly right, and I realize there's got to be agreements,
Right.
Taken care of, but that's still a concern, and that had something to do with my thought about how I would proceed. And you've answered.
A little more warm fuzzy feeling
Exactly.
of insurance.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
So, Mr. Mashaw needs kind of a group support. It just hit the paper, so we should be seeing feedback or
Support and argument.
support and argument for it, I'm sure it's
Right.
out there, to kind of catch a little time,
But that's what we need. We need to hear what
what
Right.
people think
What
for it
people
or
think
against
are-
it.
And
Board
we
of
want
Directors.
to try to inform them too, like here.
Right.
We tried to discuss it pretty good the other day when Bill was here.
We did.
Hopefully enough people watched that to try to get an understanding of what the intention would be if we decided to do this,
Right.
How we feel it could work, wouldn't be very much funded by the county if we could share an individual with the Chamber of Commerce, probably somebody that we probably need anyhow. So this deal looks totally different than it did to me to start with, when that 1% was way down here and we didn't have accurate figures on
Right.
that. It's like, how could we ever come up with the payments for this? I don't know
Exactly.
about this.
So that's all.
But if we can,
If
I
we
do
can
think
justify helping when that time comes, the expenditure for a director or whatever, that helps justify if they've got two folds, with the Chamber of Commerce and with.
well, and a point that Bill made the other day that kind of stuck in my mind was that he'd like to get this in place, because we need to get people started coming this way at the beginning. I mean, I'm not saying we have to or whatever, but I mean, to me, that was a pretty good point, that if you want people to come, you know, it's on our north border, our project is, and the big project, and if you had something to draw them this way, that would be more beneficial in the beginning, I would think, and before people get a pattern and decide where they want to live,
Yeah,
or
sure.
all those different things.
And then, of course, you're going to have the state do its feasibility study, which will either kill it or they'll give it or
Yes.
bless it.
Yeah.
So he just, I got a phone just a little while ago with the counsel for the state, and he said, they choose who the firm is, they handle it, but he's got to pay to the state $30,000 to do that. So he went ahead and, he's obligated to those things, he's spending money.
So he went ahead and
Yes,
rolled
sir.
with the feasibility study?
Yes, sir.
So, I think he probably got the general idea that, you know, we was in support of it, but there was questions, there was hesitation, there's still hesitance
Yeah,
out here, you know.
I think we all have that,
I mean,
you
the
know.
main thing's our constituents running us out of town with flaming
Well,
torches.
and I know time of it is of an essence to get this project done, but I just needed a little more time, and if there's input from the outside, then so be it, but that's what we need to hear, the good and the bad, and to make sure that.
Yeah, and give us a chance to address some of that, and hopefully I've gathered enough of the facts that I can explain it to somebody to where they can understand it better.
Well, I'm getting a little closer with you.
Well,
I'm a little slow sometimes, I don't know.
After flooded.
I think it's absolutely good that not all of us are yes now, not all of us are no now. Might be a 3-2, might be a 4-1, might be a 5-0 vote. And
But the more information that we've got going in, at least we know what.
absolutely, I think we evaluated enough the other day that it'll open up some thoughts and ideas and questions and maybe some concerns too with the public.
Sure.
And the more information we gather on this, the better decision we can make on their behalf.
Yes, sir.
So, there's no question, moving that 1% CD up to the level it will be,
That's right.
I mean, that's a huge difference right there.
Yeah, when we found out the true dollars of the cash flow involved there.
Right, that helped tremendously. I mean, that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because that appears
Yeah.
to be pretty
Yeah, it's-
solid as far as from now going on. I mean,
I would think that both of those businesses are,
And the irony is, they will benefit,
Mhm.
I mean, greatly,
sure,
from something big and huge right behind them like that.
sure.
yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
you bring people like
Foot
that.
traffic.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Hey, there's a bomb cars right here. Hey, let's get some groceries on the way home, et cetera.
Absolutely.
Let's get
And
pop
our
and
other-
ice, let's get pop and ice and whatever
Yeah.
here at the grocery store before we go to the amphitheater.
That's right.
And the other businesses in town too.
Hey, yeah, hey, man.
Casey's and
Yeah.
Sonic and Dairy Queen.
So right now, Burlington
Restaurants.
doesn't have a motel, I mean, the only thing that they've got is,
The one out there by the Mexican restaurant.
oh, that's right, that's right.
But they've got,
He's
he's told they have 6 rooms.
yes, and he is for sale. He's trying to
Okay.
get out of it. I don't know if it's because the building can't be fixed or whatever, but it's for sale. If you were to go there now, I ain't gonna say nothing else.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Sure.
Well, and and there is one at Vito Junction, but that's not,
It's a different animal.
that's for a different purpose, kinda. That's
So-
for a truck driver that wants his own shower.
Subway restaurant has sold. We had a loan with Subway, so they delivered a check yesterday. I think you got the check now, or maybe we gave it to Richard.
Maybe. I don't know that I've seen it, so.
So they paid off their loans, $100,000.
So it did sell.
Yes, sir.
Good one.
So we
Someone
got
else?
to someone else.
That was
Yeah.
great.
That was,
I heard it was listed and they had a buyer, was what I heard, so apparently both those things were true.
Man,
Or that it was for sale.
They were always busy. Holy
It's great
smokes.
business.
Yeah, it was a great,
But they're good, they was good people. Both of them worked in there and
They worked.
they was,
well, and she
they was
worked,
hands-on.
yeah, she'd been in there for
Yep.
in
Years prior to.
years prior to.
Yeah.
To Stephen, yeah.
All right, Bobby, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks
Are
very
the
much.
owners from here?
Ma'am?
Are the new owners from here too?
No, they're from out of town, and they are part of the recent excitement surrounding the chip stuff and everything, and so they're.
Wanting to get on the bandwagon, huh?
Thanks, Bobby. I appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
As the world spins around and round and round. Okay, did you catch enough with Wade
I did.
to draw up a motion for executive session?
Yes. I
And
suppose.
I would be on mine first,
Huh?
on my executive session first.
Okay, yours first,
Mhm.
on job performance.
Okay.
If that's strictly kind of what it's about,
Yes.
not raise or anything like that, really, or
Job
job
performance.
performance, yeah. So, let me get a motion real quick here. Prepare, I'm just gonna find,
And that'll be just
That
a
one.
board.
yeah. Okay,
15 minutes. 15?
however long you want.
Could we do it in 10? Yeah, we could probably do it in 10.
If you need 15, why?
I think,
Let's say that's just.
I think we can do it.
Just pass it on,
We can start with 10, find out where they go.
or would it be related to evaluation?
Evaluation, job performance,
Okay, evaluation and job performance
I
maybe?
guess.
I don't know, because I don't know what you're talking about, but I'm just trying to help you find words that will work. Okay, there we go. So, yeah, you're ready to go. I just need you to make that motion, or somebody
Well,
say the motion.
you wanna say them up?
Can you read it?
Yeah, 'cause I don't have my little computer screen. Move to enter into executive session for 10 minutes, to include each of the commission to discuss personnel matters of non-elected personnel related to evaluation, job performance under Kansas Open Meeting Act, KSA 75.319, B1.
I'll move.
I'll second that.
Been moved by McCurry, seconded by Thompson. Any discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. We'll enter at 11:28 for 10 minutes.
We need our particular book with us.
I'm All right, we're back.
No action.
No action taken. Trying to make sure I got the right paperwork here. That's an old one, okay, that's 23. All right, we're back, man.
Okay, so I gave you a couple reports there. That's what I pulled straight out of our system, what we paid through.
Oh, on the hourly
Yeah.
average stuff, okay.
And I just ran a quick little spreadsheet and calculated those up so you could see what an average would be based on just, it didn't take out all salaried, but they're on the chart anyway, but it did take out department heads and elected officials. I think that's what Doss was pointing to.
And that was still including lake, was this including lake patrol? This
It-
probably was, wasn't it?
It was, yeah, that's all
So
payroll.
that's even adding in the one that he had taken out,
Yeah.
the lesser.
Yeah, the
scale.
5 and 10s, that still
Mhm.
have those in there.
So which would pull the average out even more. Or if you subtracted those out, that would bring the average up more. So you're talking probably $28.50 to $29 an hour.
28 plus.
So,
See, that's gonna get you, average, you're getting at 59 range,
Yeah, it is.
58.5.
Interesting. I think I'm good with my other, I think we're to you, you got anything you want?
well, or we could wait till Monday.
We can
There's
wait
no
till-
point
Monday's,
to make anything,
Monday's pretty,
But make sure we're still on time right now.
Angie,
You
we
got
can do it.
something you wanna do?
You got something you wanna do, we can do
We
it.
can do it,
well,
do it
we
now.
could.
We can discuss.
because Monday, you guys are pretty quick.
Yeah,
No,
we do.
Not
I
you,
mean,
I
you
mean,
are, yeah, I know. And then you got the 8th too. You
Right.
only have one
We've
that
got
week
an
so
8,
far.
but actually, you could probably go to the 15th, but it's just not
Well,
good business, push it back up.
I think the 8th needs to be our final, because we gotta get everything put in, and I'm still working on another election, and
Yeah.
time clock plus, all that.
if you wanna take care of it today, that's,
Okay,
That'd be great.
yeah, so I would be fine if we could go in for, evaluation job performance.
Non-elected personnel,
Uh-huh. I would say we could probably 5 minutes with, I don't,
that 10 minutes went really quick,
You
I
better
shorted
do-
myself.
You better do 10, I think.
I'd say at least 10 minutes.
okay.
That's not much talking.
Yeah. I shorted ourselves a little bit of time.
You two wound up, 10 ain't long.
No, it is.
10 does go by quick.
Can we just meet in here? Because I don't have a problem with that. Once we go off, we have to wait a couple minutes for the green light to go off, but I don't have a problem with that.
What you're talking about,
I don't see what the.
Job performance of
job performance of elected officials?
non-elected.
non-elected.
during the exec session in here.
Oh, without them, of course, electric's gotta, electric's gotta stay here.
Yeah, no, I'm not talking
All
elected.
his wage ain't gonna come back, because he'll know what we did.
Well, I don't
Yeah,
think
we
there's
met
nothing
in
wrong
here.
with it.
Well,
But
you didn't say there was a problem.
I think we can do an executive session in the chamber.
And I would think we could, shut the doors.
And then you have to wait for,
We,
Yeah,
we'll
it
wait
takes
for a little while.
just a few seconds,
yeah,
15 seconds or so, that's all it stays on. If not even that long,
or 30.
yeah.
But anyway, yeah.
I've
That's
watched it
just
quite a
one.
bit, I got it figured out.
It wouldn't be an issue in here, that's where we used to do them all in.
Yeah, but it is non-elected.
Okay.
Non-elected
Clearly.
personnel. 10-minute executive session, non-elected personnel, same numbers as the last, 10-minute. Elected, I'll move,
And that's including.
including Angie.
Oh, yeah.
It's the commission and Angie.
So moved.
I'll second.
Moved by Thompson, seconded by McCurry. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion passes. We'll enter at 11:48 for 10 minutes. All right, we're back. No action taken at this time. Last executive session, we have only one more. And she just canceled her computer.
Yeah, I did, it just leaped on me, but we can get it, I can write down who moved and seconded, and what time we're doing. Got it back.
Got it back?
Okay.
Motion to enter an executive session, the board and Angie, for discussion of non-elected personnel, job performance, for, I suppose we'll do another 10 minutes.
So moved.
Moved by Thompson,
I'll second.
second by Meeks. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion passes. We'll enter at 12 o'clock for attendance.
Okay.
Shit.
Oh,
Gardner,
she's-
so-
Oh, good.
Tearing stuff up.
Wake you up.
Wake up.
Quit yawning. Wade.
I know, I've been doing it all day. Get my beauty sleep, you can see it didn't work.
You'll sleep all night, won't you?
We're back at the last executive session, no action taken. I think that we're gonna hit a little roundtable if anybody's got any new roundtable stuff.
I've already, everything's been answered to me right now.
I don't know that Wade has any.
Give it a see if I can
He
find it.
might see if he's got any roundtable, he's probably the lunch, probably. If he doesn't have any roundtable, we're gonna,
I don't think he was gonna have it.
Don, do you have any more roundtable? No, I don't. Wade?
Yes, sir. I have time for that nap, so I'm probably gonna be yawning and all that stuff.
He's gone
You got it
out of
there?
county, yep.
Okay. You got any more any roundtable?
The only thing is we'll have an appointment to Leroy Township Board. There was, the current member is deceased. So there's a recommendation for that, so we'll have that on Monday. And then, of course, you'll have all your CP5 meetings. One thing I wanted to tell you is we did secure Bobby, we have to thank Bobby. He did secure your meeting at EMP Shields for the Southeast Kansas District meeting. So now I just gotta make sure I've got buses to bus approximately 25 to 30 of you out there. And we also have secured all the funding for the hypnotist and comedian for the entertainment. So that's not coming out of.
So we're taking a tour at EMP Shields?
Yeah, they're gonna do a quick little tour for you guys, about an hour-ish, and then to get you back for lunch.
And when is that?
The 25th of
Of April.
April. So,
You didn't lose any county people that's coming by moving down one week.
no, actually you gained some because the prior week is the Kansas County Commissioners Association, which I didn't realize that they hadn't scheduled it yet or
That's
put it
in
out yet.
Virginia or Independence or,
The Kansas County Commissioners meeting?
yeah.
I'm not sure where they're having it.
But in the 25th, that's SEC meeting,
That's our Southeast
Southeast
Kansas
Kansas.
District meeting here at the,
that's what you're talking about?
Yeah, yeah.
I'm sorry.
4-H building, am I right?
yes. That's the lunch, the
That-
check-in is at
That's
Kelly
when we're
Hall
gonna do the tour.
at EMP,
Okay.
The check-ins were,
at Kelly Hall.
okay.
Lunch is at 4-H, and in between you'll go out to EMP for a little tour. And then the motto, or the, not the motto, well, theme is shaping our future because of the chips and all that. We didn't know, and then you've got the jail project out here, you know, and so we thought that might be kind of interesting for them to do for you if you're all right, which you guys said that would be fine. But we do have that off
How much money you need?
for the actually, we have vendors that have paid for everything. The only thing we may have to spend money on is some gifts or gift baskets to draw, and that's it.
Okay.
And you already, well, you did pay for the, bags.
Gift
I think we
bags,
got,
gift bags.
like, the little
Yeah.
check-in bags, I guess,
Yeah, we
there.
had that.
Bobby put
bill
that
for
through,
Mhm.
and what was that, like $1,500 or something?
Yeah, it was a bucket bag or something, I don't remember what it was.
Every county always gives a
Little
a
something.
bag that you can carry stuff around in.
Yeah,
Mhm.
but I said, let's not waste a bunch of money on that because it's mostly junk.
But your vendors probably gonna supply you with stuff to put in the goodie bags.
Maybe,
I would think.
maybe.
If they're spending the money, they're gonna want to put their name out there, would be my guess.
Right,
So,
right.
Yeah.
And the vendors will have stuff on their tables, will they not,
Well, I
or will they not?
I don't know that we'll have vendors here.
Oh, okay.
They just may send stuff to put in a
I
I'd
see,
say-
I see.
or a banner to hang up or something, you
Yeah.
know, sponsored by.
So,
So
otherwise,
it'll start out, registration starts out at Kelly Hall.
and then we're gonna bus people up here, bus you guys out there, and then we'll be busing them all back, and you guys back for lunch at the 4-H building.
And then that's when the meeting
Well, there really isn't a meeting, but we'll,
You're
do
gonna have
roll
an
call.
opening. You're gonna have an opening.
Yeah, you'll have a little opening, welcoming thing or whatever.
The clerk does that, right?
Well, you and I, between the two of us.
Nice try, Jess.
And then we'll have, I've got one of the Belcher girls, I think, is gonna sing the national anthem.
Good.
And then, I have high school students that are going to help serve, which I think I told you that already. And then we'll have the hypnotist comedian guy for entertainment, and then draw for gifts, and then leave.
See you later. You don't got a home, go home, but you can't stay here.
So, and in the meantime, we'll be working on what decorations we're gonna do and all that.
And what time did you say the check-in was?
Down there,
Yeah.
it'll be from 8:30 to 10 or 8:30? 9 to 10, 8 to 10. I gotta look back at my, forgot.
They're putting a show on.
Yeah. And look at our little agenda item.
Well, the meetings I have down is from 10 to 11:30.
Yeah, that's a
Right.
meeting,
That's the meeting.
but check-ins before that. So it
Check-in
could
be
be,
9 to 10. and
Yeah.
It makes it a long check-in if people show up at 9.
yeah,
Of course,
but
if
you'll
there's,
stand around and talk.
of course, if there's a lot of people, sometimes it takes time to.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And we're in the northwest quadrant, some of them be driving over 100 miles.
Yeah.
Can't get.
Long way to drive, and it's till noon? Or is it all, it's not all day?
It's not all day. It'll end probably about 2-ish.
Two-ish, okay.
Okay.
That's my goal. Everything goes smoothly.
I'd say you'd be done.
Could be.
Do the high school kids clean the tables and chairs up, or is that our responsibility?
They will pick up plates and try to clear the trash out of the way, and then, yeah, we'll still clean up after.
But that won't take very long, pick the tables and chairs up.
Okay. Is that all you got?
Yep.
Nobody else has anything? We will adjourn at 12:17.